Well, hello everybody at St Thomas Cantilupe, your teachers as well. It's lovely to be back with you today for your collective worship. It's been a few weeks since I've seen you, but it's great to be back. And in that time, we've had some lovely weather, haven't we, over the weekend? Who's enjoying the weather? I certainly am. It's very nice to see the sun out and for it to be a bit warmer, isn't it? Not as cold anymore. So we're looking forward to spring and to summer. But it's, as I said, it's great to be with you again today. And we're going to be thinking about Jesus' arrest and crucifixion, the time that he died, that we remember at Easter when he died on the cross. And to start off this story, I want to ask you a question. And the question is this: who has a group of friends? Do you have a group of friends? Oh, I really hope you have a group of friends, some close friends maybe, and some other friends. You have loads of friends, maybe you would consider your whole class your friends, or your whole football team your friends. But I wonder, if you ask one of them to keep a promise for you, and they didn't keep a promise for you, how might you feel? Maybe they told it to someone else, or they just let it slip. They just couldn't keep it a promise. How would you feel? Just think about it. How would you feel? And then think, who of you have played hide and seek? Anyone played hide and seek? I love hide and seek. Do you know what? I sometimes play it, even at my age. Okay? I'd still like to have a bit of fun. I'm really a big child, but I love playing hide and seek. But if you've played hide and seek, have any of you ever been the seeker? Who's been a seeker? And as anyone, when you found someone and they know where your friend is, they think, look, I'll tell you where they are. If you do this, I'll tell you where they are. Maybe, have you had that situation before? Maybe they've told you where that person is, and maybe they feel a little bit betrayed. It's a word we use, isn't it? A little bit betrayed. Because our story in the Bible today starts with someone doing that. Because Jesus had a really close group of friends called his, what were they? After 3, 1, 2, 3, they were his disciples. And he had 12 disciples, some really close friends that followed him around, that went with him for 3 whole years. They went everywhere. They listened to his teaching and they helped him. They just went everywhere. They ate with him. They sometimes slept at the same place as he did, and they looked after him. And one day though, Jesus was sitting having some food. We call this the Last Supper. Was having some food with his disciples, and he said that one of his friends was going to betray him. And they all looked at each other. Well, it's not going to be me. I'm one of the best friends. It won't be me. But Jesus knew who it was going to be. And after they'd eaten, Jesus took them to a garden to pray. And while this was happening, well, Judas, one of the disciples, he went to some people. He went to some leaders and he asked, how much will you pay me if I help you capture Jesus? Now, remember that game of hide and seek? Do you know, how much, what will you do for me if I tell you where Jessica is? How much, what will you do for me? If I tell you where Jessica is, what will you do for me? But that's like what Judas is asking here. And they said, well, we'll give you 30 pieces of silver. 30 whole pieces of silver. That was a lot of money in those days. And Jesus, as we said, had gone to his favourite garden to pray. But as he was praying, he could see there were some people coming in the distance, some soldiers. And well, Judas was with them. He arrived, and Peter, one of Jesus' disciples as well, he wanted to protect them, so he got his sword out and he was like, I'm going to protect you, Jesus, from these soldiers. But Jesus said, no, I must allow this to happen. This has to happen. And so the soldiers arrested Jesus. But had he done anything wrong? No, he hadn't done anything wrong at all. Well, they took Jesus to the leaders, and the leaders said, "You say that you are the Son of God, but we don't believe you. We don't believe you at all." Well, the soldiers, they took charge of Jesus. They made him carry a big wooden cross. Do you remember that symbol that we see in churches? Maybe at school you've got a symbol of a cross as well. I have one round my neck. There we go, on a chain. But we do see crosses quite a bit around, don't we, as a symbol. Well, the soldiers made Jesus carry a big wooden cross that was really heavy, and he had to carry it up a hill, and he really struggled, that he needed the help of someone in the crowd. And they took him to the top of a hill where he was going to be stuck on the cross, nailed to the cross to die. It's very sad, boys and girls, isn't it? That Judas, one of his closest friends, had told the soldiers where to find Jesus. Judas had betrayed Jesus. And everyone, how do you think everyone felt? All of Jesus' friends and his family, that Jesus had died. They were really sad. They were really sad. But they'd forgotten one important thing. And it was this. You ready? Jesus said that he would see them again soon. Jesus said, "I will see you again soon." They'd forgotten. But we're going to have to wait until next week to find out the next part of the story, to see what happens next. But boys and girls, it's a helpful reminder to us, that story, that sometimes maybe our friends don't keep secrets for us or promises. Or maybe if we play in a sports team and our friend goes and joins the big rival sports team, and we're like, "Oh, you're going to play for the enemy." Well, they might betray us in that way. Or a friend might go and join another group of friends as well. But the thing that we can learn from this story is that Jesus died on the cross to save us, to rescue us from all the wrong things that we've done, the punishment that we deserve. He said, "You know what, God, I want to take the punishment. I love these people so much that I'm going to take their punishment for them." Even Judas. That must have been a lot of love that he had for Judas, wouldn't it? And I wonder, how much do you love your friends and your family? Even maybe when they do the wrong thing, say the wrong thing. It's a good thing to forgive them. It's difficult, but it's a good thing to forgive them, and a really helpful lesson that we can learn. So just as Jesus died on the cross to forgive us, to save us as well, all of you at St Thomas Cantilupe, actually we can forgive others as well when they do something wrong to us. Maybe when they, like I said, they break a promise, they don't keep a promise, or they go and join another friendship group, whatever it might be. Maybe as you go into the playground today, that you can help someone, that you can forgive someone, wherever and whatever you are doing as well. But for now, I will leave it there, because the next part of the story is to come next week. So I will keep stum. Did you catch that? I'll keep quiet until next week, and we'll find out the next part of the story then. So for now, bye-bye. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you very soon.